Some of the most meaningful jewelry you own isn't new. It's inherited. A ring from a grandmother, a necklace full of memories but no longer your style. Duke's Jewelers reimagines family heirlooms into custom pieces you'll actually wear and love. Working one-on-one, Duke's designers honor the original story while creating something fresh and modern. Don't let meaningful jewelry sit unused. Let it live on beautifully. Visit Duke's Jewelers in Springville or online at dukesjewelers.com, where old stories become new treasures.
Derek Overstreet, founder of the New Millennium Group. We're a financial planning firm. We have advisors standing by right now to take your call. 888-999-6370. The reason you're going to want to call is we're going to help you retire 3 to 5 years before you thought possible. The way we do this is by putting together a step-by-step plan. So if you're one of those people listening and you'd like a plan in writing, give us a call at 888-999-6370. That's 888-999-6370, or go to utahsfinancialplanner.com.
It's your Jazz recap here on DJ and PK 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Jake Scott with you as the Jazz lost last night to the Nuggets, 130-117. Big nights, though, for Bryce Sensabaugh, who had 28 points on 11 of 18 shooting. Kyle Filipowski with a double-double, 25 points, also grabbed 12 rebounds. Cody Williams had 9 points, but had a career-high 9 assists, but not enough as the Nuggets got 37 points from Jamal Murray and a triple-double from Nikola Jokic, 15 points, 17 boards, and 12 assists in the win for the Nuggets. So let's get to the post-game sound and Jazz head coach Will Hardy.
I don't want to bore you guys and say the same thing I've said after the last couple of games, but in general, so proud of the team. They compete, they play hard, they share the ball. Some nights certain guys play well, some nights they struggle a little bit. I thought Ace had a rough start, but I thought he bounced back in a great way and stayed the course and competed and was focused. I'm really proud of this group of guys, and you can feel it in the building. Like, you really can. Our fans have been incredible all season, but I also think that they're feeding off of the energy of these guys. Like, it's hard not to root for them. They really bring it every night.
Has Kyle been doing something different, or has he taken more steps forward in the last couple of months?
Kyle has had, in general, a good last couple of months. Had a little bit of a rough patch, I don't know, 5 or 6 games ago maybe. But there's 82 nights. I mean, it's hard, right? All these young players are, when you're in the rotation and you're playing a lot, you learn how hard consistency is in this league and what it takes. Kyle has been very coachable, and in no way is that the coaching staff taking credit for his success, but he has taken feedback. He's dug in and done the work in the areas where he needs to improve. And he's in a good place right now in terms of recognizing when to be aggressive. You know, the term or the phrase "be aggressive" is used by coaches a lot, and I think it's a pretty broad and sometimes reckless thing to say. Like, oh, just go be aggressive. It's like, that's not really what we mean. We mean read the game, and then when you see the opening, go be aggressive. And I think Kyle has done such a good job, especially lately, of being really disciplined. There's nothing worse for a young player than forcing it. Because usually what you do is you force it, it doesn't go your way, and then you're in a weird predicament of, like, do I just back all the way off and then become non-aggressive, or do I just double down? And sometimes that can look messier. I think Kyle's in a really good place right now in terms of reading the game.
Ace has had a few games where he's had a bad first half and then bounced back in the second half, most recently in Phoenix. What do you like about his ability to stay focused at a 19-year-old age?
Yeah, I think Ace he's appropriately hard on himself. You know, there are some of our young players who in different moments are too hard on themselves. And I think Ace recognizes when he hasn't played well, but at this point in the season, as he's matured and learned a lot, he's understanding why. It's a bad feeling when it's not going well and you don't know why. I think Ace has been able to make some adjustments because he's identifying what the problem is, and it's allowed him to stay focused.
With Kyle again, we've talked a lot this season about how hard it's been for him not having like a super defined role every night and that it changes. Kind of in layman's terms, can you say like why and what specific things have been hard in that case?
Yeah, Kyle is a big. Kyle is not a 5, but Kyle can play 5. Our 5s this season have not been healthy for a lot of the year. I mean, we lost Walker very early in the year. Lately with Nurk going down, it's forcing Kyle to play more 5 than would be desirable. I think in moments of a game or against certain matchups, Kyle can be a 5, stretch the court, change the concept that we're playing with, change how we're being guarded. But Kyle is not 30 minutes a night 5. It was nice to see him play with Oscar some tonight, and that was some of the intent there was let's give Kyle an opportunity to play his natural position for some of these minutes. And then you have to start subbing and the lineups change. But, I think that sort of covers why it's been a little bit off kilter for Kyle, but I think he's handled it really well.
You look at Ace, Kyle, Cody, Flip. All right, Kyle is Flip. But just guys.
Bryce.
Bryce, thank you. Their roles are probably going to downshift some at the beginning of next year, on paper when you guys get some guys back. How do you think their games fit kind of in a downshifted role?
I think they fit very well. I think it will be our responsibility to help all of our players, but especially the younger ones, understand what their roles are, and try to help them understand where their opportunities are. I think it calms players down when they at least can see the moments where they have opportunity. I have felt the greatest part about this stretch of the season is that, yes, they are getting more opportunity for sure, but it's not opportunity that is based around like, hey man, do your thing. Like, we still have 32 assists in tonight's game, so it's still within a team construct, and so the thought process there is that it can translate. There are moments where Bryce or Ace have gotten hot and you let them take a few extra dribbles because that's just what you're supposed to do. But I would do that if Lowry was on the court. If Lowry was on the court and Bryce hit 3 in a row, like, you get to shoot the heat check. That's the way it works. So I've been really proud of the fact that the guys haven't fallen into the trap of, oh, we get all this opportunity and some of these guys aren't out here, and so I'm going to just make it about me. I think guys have had big nights and done it within the construct of a team, and we're coming in at the end of most nights with pretty high assist numbers. I think it gives it the best chance to translate. But I obviously don't know for certain.
John Conchar just seems to fill like whatever gap is not being filled in the game naturally. Is that something that can be coached? Do you coach him on that? Is that something he just figures out and finds?
I have coached John very little. I don't quite understand how he does what he does some nights. His ability to get deflections and his nose for the ball, his toughness, the understanding of like when to really, like, you see moments where he really braces up and fights and uses his strength, and then moments where he pulls the chair and he's got incredible savvy. I don't know if it can be coached. I mean, John has obviously learned how to play from other coaches along the way, but there's also a part of just whatever teams you play on or environments you play in, you learn how to fit in. But I think a lot of people can take things from John when they watch him, like the way that he still impacts the game without, I mean, when I'm being serious, since he's gotten here, I don't know if I've intentionally called a play for him. I've involved him in things, but it's never really been like, hey, this is for John. And throughout the game, he has big moments of deflections, rebounds, tip outs, tip ins. he's a winning player. And we have plenty of nights where it doesn't show up on the box score. Tonight it looked like it showed up pretty well. But he's a hell of a player. Like, it's nice to have kind of the Swiss Army knife type guys, because with certain lineups, sometimes you just need a fourth or fifth guy that can fit in, and John does that really well.
It's Jazz head coach Will Hardy. The Jazz fall to the Nuggets 130-117. Next up, Jazz take on the Rockets on Friday night in Houston. That game will tip off at 6 o'clock. Pre-game coverage begins at 5. Coming up next, more DJ and PK, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Mom, can you tell me a story?
Sure. Once upon a time, a mom needed a new car.
Was she brave?
She was tired, mostly. But she went to Carvana.com and found a great car at a great price. No secret treasure map required.
Did she have to fight a dragon?
Nope. She bought it 100% online. From her bed, actually.
Was it scary?
Honey, it was as unscary as car buying could be.
Did the car have a sunroof?
It did, actually.
Okay, good story.
Car buying you'll want to tell stories about. Buy your car today on
Carvana.
Delivery fees may apply.